Best laptop for e-commerce business. The best laptop for e-commerce business is in need of all the professional businessmen or the business students, so it is really important to know best about these specific features. So, in this video, I will let you know about the best laptop for e-commerce business, and yes, do not forget to like, share, and comment on this video. And also make sure to subscribe to the channel for further details. Now, let's have a look at the first option, and let's see what we have for you in this slot. Number 1. LG Gram 17 Laptop. Here we have another best laptop that you can use for high-quality work experience. For many commercial enterprise tasks, an ordinary device screen virtually might not reduce it if you require anything with more display actual estate. With that in mind, permit us to introduce you to the LG Gram 17. It represents the top of device layout for now, providing a big 17-inch 2560 x 1600 screen inside a chassis. It's simply 17.8 mm thick and 1.35 kg in weight. It's powered through Intel's 11th gen processors, along with as much as 16 GB of RAM and a bumper 1 TB SSD on high-seas models. If it's now no longer enough, you furthermore may get stellar battery existence from the 80Wh cell, the below-par trackpad and audio system. Our largest proceedings regarding the 2020 version have additionally been addressed through LG, making this the exceptional big screen device you could buy. There is now a 2022 version, however, other than the modern Intel 12th gen CPU. It is basically the identical device. However, you could need to remember the marginally smaller LG Gram 16, which is likewise an awesome option. At this size, you get a complete numpad to the start of the primary keyboard and a complete row of feature buttons on the top. Once again, the power button has a fingerprint scanner embedded to apply with Windows Hello, and I've determined it very reliable. Now, let's have a look at the next option, and let's see what we have at the next option. Number 2. MacBook Pro 13 inches M1. This is considered a great Apple laptop for every single person. This is the big jump ahead we have been ready on. It is all thanks to the M1 chip, Apple's customized SoC for laptops, with the fantastic power per watt over all performance of any processor. The M1 brings the MacBook Pro speeds and battery existence to the subsequent level. More specifically, the MacBook Pro is extra effective than almost every PC on the market, along with some workstations, and no matter cramming so much power into such a slim and sleek chassis, the Pro lasted for a superb 16 hours and 32 minutes on our battery test, which simulates real-world testing. But wait, the M1 does extra to enhance hand speeds and endurance. With a photo processing unit, the webcam sadly, nevertheless 720p is higher than earlier, because it runs on Apple's ARM-based architecture. iPad and iPhone apps are now on hand on Mac. Yep, you can run all your preferred iOS video games and apps on your laptop now. Rounding out the numerous enhancements determined in the modern MacBook Pro is Big Sur, the modern version of macOS, the biggest replacement in view that OS X launched a decade ago. Big Sur is a lovely remodel of the desktop OS. Everything else about the MacBook Pro must feel familiar. This is the identical dependent format Apple has used for years, and the Magic Keyboard is a pleasure to kind of unreliable too. While it earned our uncommon 5-star rating, the MacBook Pro has a few shortcomings. There are only 2 Thunderbolt, 3 ports, and the bezels around the show are thicker than those on competing models. You're additionally caught at 16 GB of RAM. Although our benchmark exams exhibit that challenge does little to end this overall performance beast, a lot of new features come with Apple's 13-inch M1 MacBook Pro, including the most battery life I've seen on a Mac computer and the latest M1 SoC. The 13-inch MacBook Pro features Apple's new M1 SoC, which delivers power, endurance, and new features inside that iconic chassis. If that's now not enough, paired with Big Sur, you get blistering web page load instances and a higher web cam journey, all thanks to Apple Silicon. In short, the new MacBook Pro is the entirety Apple stated and more. The MacBook Pro comes with a host of safety elements designed to make certain your valuable facts stay for your eyes only. You have a Touch ID fingerprint scanner cleverly hidden in the energy button for quick, impervious logins. The M1 chip also offers information encryption, hardware-verified impervious boot, automated high-performance encryption, and superior runtime protections as part of its secure enclave software. The 13-inch MacBook Pro continues to provide the bare minimum of ports, with a headset jack on the proper aspect and a pair of Thunderbolt ports. There's a silver lining in that the Thunderbolt ports aid USB 4, which can dole out speeds of up to 40 Gbps and a maximum of 15 watts of power. So, overall it's a great deal, and you can surely enjoy the best experience. Number 3. Apple MacBook Air. Considered a well-settled MacBook, the MacBook Air has a cozy keyboard, accurate performance, and a lifelike quantity of storage matters that haven't usually been proper of preceding MacBook Airs. MacBook Air has sufficient speed, memory, and storage for most daily computing tasks. Apple's new M1 processor is much quicker than the low-power Intel processors in previous MacBook Airs, and its battery existence is so accurate that you have to nearly in no way want to cost it all through the day if you don't prefer to. And not like preceding MacBook Air models, the M1 model doesn't require a cooling fan, which keeps it useless silent even when you're maxing out the processor through exporting a video or enjoying a game. Like its predecessor, the M1 model of the Air consists of a much improved keyboard with a deeper, greater pleasant experience and extended reliability in contrast with MacBook Air and MacBook Pro models launched between 2016 and 2019. The one downside is that some Mac apps that run properly on Intel Macs haven't been optimized for the Apple M1 chip, and you might observe some overall performance lag till those apps are updated. The Air consists of only 2 USB-C ports which assist Thunderbolt 3 plus a headphone jack. However, Thunderbolt 3 docks and USB-C hubs and adapters are frequently sufficient and cheaper enough that this isn't as huge of a trouble as it used to be.